like we are kind of built to live in tribes. We
Mhm.
are built to have an extended family network of people that you interact with, that you live with, your friends, that, you know, modern Western life is going as fast as possible in the opposite direction of just everybody in their own home, separate from other people, see each other physically, not that much, spend time physically with one another in the same physical space, not that much. And then people are like, huh, there's this crazy loneliness in modern society. People are depressed. I wonder why. And it's like, you cannot structure a society that go completely against the way human beings have lived for thousands of generations and then expect for things to go well. So I do think there are some things about tribal way of life that are part of us. How we want to bring them to life in the modern world, I don't know. But they are essential in that sense.
Personally, for me, is the most important thing in life, and for stability of human brain, mind, happiness is other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Not, not,
Exactly.
most of us are not built to live in the cave. You have to be like Buddha, and we are
Correct.
not.
Correct. And I think that's my
Just
problem too, that like when I left Italy, Italy wasn't friendly enough for my standards. Italy wasn't tribal enough for my standards. Then I went to US and I'm like, oh my God, Italy was paradise compared to this, in terms of social life.
hmm
Because
hmm
Italy is
hmm
pretty good in terms of social life, but I thought yeah, more would be needed. And instead I went to US where it's like way less. So I was like,
But why do you say that? In Italy, how was if you are able to talk with this? If you want to talk,
sure,
what's the life that you didn't like? Like, why
I
do
think
you think
there
that you
was a,
want to live in a tribe or?
yeah, I mean, I think part of me was very like, okay, I want to live in a place where there's nature. I don't just want to live in an apartment in the city. I want to live with people I care about and love who live next door and a third of a mile away. And so, it's like a little closer to a village tribal society feeling, which, of course, that's not the easiest in the current historical context in the West.
I grew up in a village of 700 people until I
Yep.
was 10. Then I moved to the big city. Then at close to 29, I moved to the here. Now it's like 2,000 people in the
Yep.
here in
Yep.
the where I live. But still, I realized that I get along with my neighbors, but I moved I moved a lot between like these two places, and sometimes I miss. I wish I would had friends that I lived with them for all my life, right? And sometimes I imagine, because I was in the Navy for 7 years, also in the Army also, and sometimes I envy the connection people make in like war zones, although I never want to go to war, right? That type of, and that I crave it for. But I have my family and it's good, and we have a big family here, and I have kids here, and we all like grow together. Last week there was like the village, like religious festivities. It was like for a week, and we all take part of this. But when I grew up where I lived, I even I had even more of a connection with the festivities because since I remember I helped build everything. And when I was on my vacations, I always helped build everything. And you were a kid, man. You cannot beat the experience of being a kid and being in a big festivity, like now being an adult.
Right.
But I mean, for me, that's the most important. I was going to somewhere with this, but I forgot.
No,
Okay,
but
let
I mean,
me.
it makes sense. I think and again, to me, it's never either or. It's never like live in the middle of nowhere in some crazy hippie commune or have the benefits of modern life and the city. And to me, I'm always fascinated in ideas and philosophy that help you take the best of different worlds and give you, because every time somebody asks you to choose, do you want A or B? It's usually a bad choice because you are usually sacrifice something very meaningful in order to get the other thing. To me, it's like, no, I want A and B. I want to take the best from A and the best from B. I want to take the best from a tribal approach to living and have some of the benefits of modern life. Um, That to me is the challenge, is the goal, is to always about combining things, not about drawing a line in the sand and pick team A or team B.